A question that touches everyone. If tomorrow every religion disappeared, would people still know what's right and what's wrong? Would kindness, honesty, and fairness still matter? Or would the world lose its moral compass? This isn't just a big question for philosophers or scholars. It's something that shapes our everyday life. It affects how we raise our kids, how we build our laws, and how we treat people we meet. For thousands of years, religion has been seen as the foundation of morality. But today, millions of people live without following any religion. And yet, they still seem to know right from wrong. So, here's the real question. Does morality come from religion? Or is it something deeper inside us as human beings? If you're curious about this and want to explore it with me step by step, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, because this journey is going to challenge the way we think about right and wrong. What do we mean by morality? Before we can answer the big question, we first need to understand what morality really means. Morality is simply the sense of knowing right from wrong, good from bad. It's not the same as the law because laws change from country to country. Morality goes deeper. It's about values, empathy, and principles that guide how we treat others. Think about it. Helping someone who is hurt feels good. Lying to someone who trusts you feels wrong. Treating people fairly, no matter who they are, feels right. These are simple examples, but they show how morality works in everyday life. You could say morality is like an invisible compass. It quietly guides our choices, even when no one else is watching. But the question remains, where does this compass come from? Is it something given to us by religion, or is it something that naturally lives inside us? Religion's role in morality. For most of human history, religion has walked hand in hand with morality. Ancient societies often looked to religion as a way to create order, set boundaries, and keep people united. These moral codes helped communities survive and live in peace with one another. Different religions offered their own moral guides. In Christianity, the 10 Commandments warned people not to kill, steal, or lie. In Buddhism, compassion and mindfulness were seen as the key to living a good life. In Islam, justice and charity became central duties for every believer. In Hinduism, the idea of dharma, or moral responsibility, guided people on how to act in different stages of life. Religion didn't just give rules, it gave reasons to follow them. Believers were taught that God, or the gods, were always watching. Good actions would be rewarded, while bad actions would bring punishment. This created a sense of accountability, even when no one else was around to see. Religion also built strong communities. Moral codes weren't just private beliefs. They became traditions, rituals, and sacred stories passed down through generations. But here's the question. Does morality truly depend on religion to survive, or could it exist on its own? The case for morality. Without religion. Even without religion, humans seem to carry a natural sense of right and wrong. This comes from something very basic, empathy and the need to survive. Long before organized religions were created, people lived in small tribes. Life was hard, and survival depended on working together. Sharing food, protecting one another, and building trust weren't just moral choices. They were necessary for survival. Groups that cared for each other had better chances of living, while selfish or unfair groups often failed. From this point of view, morality may have grown out of human instincts. When we hurt someone, we feel guilt because we can imagine their pain. When we help someone, we feel joy because we sense their relief. These feelings guide us, even without written rules. Modern examples also support this. Countries with low levels of religion, like Sweden or Denmark, still show strong moral values. They have low crime rates, strong communities, and high levels of trust among people. This shows that morality doesn't vanish when religion is less present. Instead, it adapts and continues through empathy, culture, and human connection. It suggests that morality may be something deeply human, not only religious. Morality and culture. Another important part of this conversation is culture. Just like religion, culture has a strong influence on what people see as right or wrong. In some societies, family honor is seen as the highest value, while in others, individual freedom is the most important. What one culture views as moral might not be seen the same way in another. Take marriage, justice, or gender roles, for example. Different parts of the world have very different ideas about what is fair or acceptable. Something considered good in one place might be questioned in another. This shows that morality is not fixed. It's flexible. It changes with time, place, and human needs. While religion has played a big role in shaping morality, culture itself can guide people's values and choices. Even without religious belief, culture creates systems of morality that help communities live and grow together. Can science explain morality? Science has also joined this conversation and adds an interesting point of view. Psychology and neuroscience suggest that morality may actually be part of our biology. Studies on babies show something surprising. Even before they are taught religion or culture, infants seem to prefer kindness over cruelty. They smile when they see helpful actions and show dislike toward unfair ones. This means that humans may be born with a natural seed of morality. Neuroscience also supports this idea. When people think about fairness, compassion, or helping others, certain areas of the brain become active. These signals are not religious. They are biological. Our brains are naturally wired to care about others, to connect with them, and to recognize justice and injustice. So, science gives us strong evidence that morality doesn't only come from religion. It is deeply tied to our human nature and the way we live together as social beings. Arguments against morality without religion. Still, many people believe that religion is necessary for morality, and they give some strong reasons. First, religion creates accountability. If someone believes that God is always watching, they may think twice before lying, stealing, or hurting others, even if no other person would ever know. Without that belief, some fear people might act selfishly if they think they can escape human punishment. Second, religion gives morality a sense of absolute truth. Without it, morality can feel relative. What seems right for one person may seem wrong for another. For example, one person might believe lying is always wrong, while another might see lying as acceptable if it helps them. Religion solves this by offering clear and fixed rules. Finally, religion gives meaning to morality. Doing good is not just about making life easier, but about serving a higher purpose. Without that higher purpose, morality might feel empty to some people. Counterpoint: secular morality. On the other side of the debate, secular morality shows that people can build moral systems without religion. Take humanism as an example. Humanism is a philosophy that focuses on human dignity, compassion, and reason. It does not depend on God, but instead on empathy and logic. From this view, we should act morally because it makes life better for everyone, not because we fear punishment or hope for a reward. Many modern moral victories also came from secular reasoning. The abolition of slavery, the fight for women's rights, and the push for human rights were often based on the idea that every person deserves dignity, not just because a holy book said so, but because it was fair and just. Even today, laws in most countries are built on fairness, equality, and evidence rather than religion. These laws protect people and create order, showing that secular morality works in real life. The middle ground. Perhaps the real truth lies somewhere in the middle. Religion has without doubt played a big role in shaping morality. It has given people structure, stories, and meaning that guided billions across history. At the same time, morality is not limited to religion. People can still feel empathy, compassion, and fairness, even if they do not believe in God. What this shows is that morality is much bigger than any single source. Both religious people and non-religious people are capable of great kindness, and both can also make harmful choices. Morality is not something owned by religion or explained only by science. It is part of what makes us human. In the end, morality seems to live inside all of us. It can be influenced by faith, by culture, or by personal reflection, but it remains a universal part of humanity itself. It connects us beyond our differences. The modern world and morality. The modern world faces challenges that religion alone cannot answer. Problems like climate change, artificial intelligence, and global inequality are complex. They demand moral thinking that goes beyond traditional religious rules. More and more people today call themselves atheists or agnostics, yet they still believe in values like kindness, justice, and human rights. This shows that morality can live and grow even outside religion. At the same time, religion still plays a powerful role for millions of people. It gives them strength, comfort, and moral guidance in their daily lives. For these people, faith and morality are closely connected, and religion continues to shape how they live and treat others. The modern world seems to show one clear truth. Morality does not have to depend on religion, but religion can remain one important source of moral wisdom. Both paths can inspire people to do good. Closing reflection. So, could morality really exist without religion? From everything we've seen, the answer looks like yes. Morality can grow out of empathy, culture, survival, and human reason. But we also can't ignore that religion gave morality structure, meaning, and power for much of human history. Maybe the real question isn't about choosing between religion or morality. Maybe it's about asking, how can both work together to create a kinder and better world? At the end of the day, whether someone believes in God or not, the sense of right and wrong is something we all share. It's like an invisible thread that ties us together as human beings. Do we do good because we're afraid of punishment? Because we hope for a reward? Or maybe simply because it feels right in our hearts? What do you think? If you enjoyed this video and want to keep exploring questions like this, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments, because your voice matters in this conversation too.